Hey guys, welcome back. So we're going to be reading some more of Mail Order Soulmate. So let's get started. We're on page 217. We're still on chapter 9, I think. We have 3 pages left of this chapter and then we're finished. So let's go. Okay. Zach almost looked away from the TV when he caught the story's caption. One of the gang's most lethal members, Jerry Davies, has broken out of jail. How had that happened? He rubbed his jaw, wondering what the gang had planned. Undoubtedly, there was still a lot of willing associates out on the loose, eager to help a family who, despite being behind bars, likely still wielded fair amount of power in the crime community. Remembering Catherine's reaction, he turned to her. She was lying back on the couch, as stiff as a 3-day-old corpse. Her eyes were closed and she looked as though she was fighting an internal pain that ran deep. You alright? She opened her eyes and flashed a smile so fake it wouldn't fool a blind person. Just tired. She closed them again, and Zach went over and tucked the blanket around once more, his concern growing. Tears formed between her lashes, and she whispered, That's not the world I want to raise Savior in. You won't, Zach assured her. He reminded himself that her reaction was normal, that in real life people got upset by the news. They weren't trained to hide it like he and his buddies were. Expressed emotions didn't have to mean anything from an overtired mother. It didn't have to mean that she was hiding something criminal or that she was a woman on the run. It's just that the media network creating a fuss for ratings. The story is happening a world away, he said gently. A world away, Catherine repeated, as though needing the reassurance. Nothing's going to touch us here in Blueberry Springs, I promise. Catherine was on edge, and since she knew Zach had noticed, she tried to pass her jumpiness off a simple concern over Savior. She desperately wanted to believe Zach's words that nothing would touch her here, that she was safe, that what was happening a world away would stay there, far away from her. Still feeling anxious, she peeked around the edge of the curtain covering the front window. She was getting paranoid and felt as though she was being watched, had felt that way for several days. She dropped the curtain and wrapped her arms around herself, shivering as she turned from the window. Excuse me. She was living a new life far away from her old one. There was no reason for anyone to come after her, even if they found a trail that led them here. She had nothing for them, wasn't to blame, and hoped they knew it. She needed to act normal or she was going to ruin things between her and Zach. But her family's associates could easily believe that she made her thoughts about their lifestyle clear over the years, and the fact that she'd been brought in only to be released so quickly could be consumed as suspicious. What if Jerry had escaped jail because he was motivated by the urge to issue payback? Her cousin had come by his nickname, Bucket, honestly, as everyone who'd crossed him kicked the bucket soon after. What if? No, don't think about the bucket. Don't think about Simon. Don't think about what might have happened to have caused this accident or why. Focus on this life, today, Savior, what you have. And in some ways, she had everything. Savior was on the mend, thanks to Zach and his willingness to stand out in the late November cold and nothing but boxers and a blanket for her son against his chest as he cared for him like a father. Catherine felt a warm swelling in her whole chest when she thought about Zach and all he was willing to do for her and her son. This right here was what mattered. This right here was what she needed to focus on, not the ghosts from her past.